I want you to stop whatever you're doing right now, because what I'm about to show you is actively costing you money, not in some abstract, theoretical way, in a very real, measurable, happening right now way. A few months ago, someone in my audience sent me a screenshot. They had Googled Best ETFs 2024, clicked the first non-ad result, and read a full article, complete with charts, citations, expert quotes, comparison tables, the whole thing. They were about to move $8,000 into one of the recommended funds. The problem? That fund had shut down 7 months earlier. The article cited a senior financial analyst from a website that, when I checked, had been registered exactly 2 weeks before the article was published. The site had no about page, no real author bio, no regulatory disclosure, just clean design, confident language, and affiliate links embedded in every single paragraph. And this wasn't some random blog buried on page 4 of Google results. This was ranking number 1 for Best ETFs 2024. Millions of people searching that term every month, all being funneled into the same funnel. And not one of them was getting what they actually came for, which was accurate, honest financial information. This is not an isolated incident. This is the new normal. And if you've been making financial decisions based on what you find online, and almost everyone has, you need to watch this entire video, because by the end of it, you're going to see the internet completely differently. Before we go any further, if you're new here, subscribe right now. This channel is one of the few places left where a real human being actually researches this stuff before hitting record. Hit that button. It takes 2 seconds, and it might save you thousands of dollars. Let me give you the actual scope of what we're dealing with, because I think most people dramatically underestimate it. A 2023 investigation by NewsGuard identified over 1,000 websites publishing content that was almost entirely AI-generated, with personal finance and investing being among the most heavily targeted categories. By mid-2024, that number had grown significantly, and those are only the sites they could confirm with their methodology. On YouTube, analysis of the finance category showed that channels using AI-generated scripts, synthetic voiceovers, and in some cases fully AI-generated presenter avatars had grown by over 200% year over year. Many of these channels have tens of thousands of subscribers. Some have hundreds of thousands. Their content looks indistinguishable from legitimate creators because it's engineered too. Reddit, which most people treat as the real, grassroots alternative to corporate media, has its own serious problem. Researchers at the University of Vermont published findings showing that AI-generated content on Reddit increased by over 400% in the 12 months following the launch of ChatGPT, and our personnel finance, our investing, and our financial independence are not protected from this. Not even close. But here is what makes this genuinely dangerous, rather than just annoying. It is a self-reinforcing feedback loop. AI models are trained on internet content. That content now includes a massive and growing volume of AI-generated financial articles, forum posts, and comments. So the next generation of AI produces financial content based partially on the previous generation's output, including its errors. Those errors get amplified. They get published. They get ranked by Google. They get clicked by real people making real financial decisions. And then they feed the next training cycle. Researchers call this phenomenon model collapse. And in the financial content space, it means that bad advice doesn't just persist, it compounds, like interest, except working entirely against you. Here's something Google will never say publicly. Their algorithm cannot distinguish between a certified financial planner with 20 years of client experience and a content farm that published 300 articles last Tuesday using a $49 a month AI subscription. What Google's algorithm actually measures is, does this page load fast? Does it contain the right keywords? Does it have backlinks from other sites? Is it well formatted with headers and bullet points? AI-generated content is engineered to check every single one of those boxes perfectly, every time, at infinite scale. So when you search how to invest $10,000, a query That happens over 60,000 times per month in the United States alone. The results you see are dominated by what SEO professionals call parasite SEO. These are AI-generated articles published on domains that Google already trusts, built specifically to intercept high-intent financial searches and redirect that traffic toward affiliate products. Not the best products, the products with the highest commission payouts. I ran this experiment myself. I searched best index funds for beginners in an incognito browser window with no personalization. Of the first 10 organic results, 7 had affiliate disclaimers, most of them buried at the bottom of the page in small gray text. 4 of those 7 showed strong indicators of AI generation when I ran them through detection tools and analyzed their writing patterns. 3 of those 4 recommended funds with higher expense ratios than comparable alternatives, readily available on the same platforms they were linking to. The fund with a lower expense ratio didn't make the list. The fund that paid the higher affiliate commission did. YouTube has an equivalent problem. Channels with AI-generated thumbnails, AI-written scripts, AI voiceovers, sometimes even AI avatar presenters generated with tools designed to create synthetic human faces are being recommended by the algorithm, alongside legitimate human creators. The engagement signals look identical. In some cases, the AI-optimized content performs better because it's engineered to exploit the specific psychological triggers that drive clicks and watch time. You are not navigating a neutral information environment. You are navigating a system that has been comprehensively optimized to extract money from your attention, and your financial decisions are collateral. Let me show you how this industry actually operates. Because there are real people running real businesses, making real money from this, and you are the product they're selling. Here is a composite portrait built from multiple documented cases and public reporting. Call this person the operator. They are not a financial expert. They may not even be based in the United States, but they understand 3 things with precision: domain authority, affiliate commission structures, and how to scale content production with AI tools. The playbook is straightforward and it works. Step 1. Find an expired domain, a personal finance blog that spent 10 years building earn genuine Google trust, and then went quiet when the original owner retired or moved on. These domains are bought and sold openly on marketplaces like GoDaddy auctions and Flippa. Prices range from a few $100s to several thousand, depending on the domain's authority score. The critical asset being purchased is Google's pre-existing trust that was earned by a human being over a decade of legitimate work. Step 2. Use an AI writing platform to generate 150 to 300 articles over a single weekend. Topics are chosen based on search volume and affiliate commission rates, not based on what readers actually need. Best high-yield savings accounts. How to pay off credit card debt fast. Top robo-advisors for beginners. Each article runs approximately 1,500 words. Each one reads as authoritative. None of it is independently verified by a human being at any point in the production process. Step 3. Enroll in affiliate programs. Major financial comparison platforms, individual brokerages, and credit card issuers all run affiliate networks with publicly available terms. Some credit card affiliate programs pay between $200 and $400 per approved application. The incentive is not to recommend the card that's best for the reader. The incentive is to recommend the card that converts at the highest commission rate. A single site running this model can generate between $10,000 and $50,000 per month in affiliate revenue. There are not dozens of these operations. There are hundreds. Some of them are currently outranking the actual financial institutions they claim to be reviewing. The FTC mandates affiliate disclosures, but a one-line disclaimer in light gray text at the bottom of a 1,500-word article is not consumer protection. It is legal insulation for the people extracting money from your financial decisions. This is the part of the video that is going to make you genuinely angry, because this is not abstract. This is in your bank account right now. Walk through the most common scenario with me. You want to open a high-yield savings account. It's a smart move. You want your emergency fund actually earning something? You Google Best High Yield Savings Account 2024. You click the first organic result. The article is clean, well-formatted, has a comparison table with star ratings. The top recommendation is a nationally recognized bank offering 0.5% APY. The article describes it as competitive and an excellent option for savers at any level. What the article does not tell you, because the AI that generated it did not check current rates, and the affiliate program funding it had no incentive for accuracy, is that multiple FDIC-insured banks were offering between 4.5% and 5.1% APY at that exact same moment in time. On a $10,000 deposit, that difference is approximately $450 per year, every year. Silently, invisibly gone. Because a piece of AI content pointed you in the wrong direction, and you had no reason to doubt it. Now, scale that across every financial decision that content influences. Retirement account selection, debt payoff strategy, life insurance type, investment allocation. Each of these decisions made on the basis of content optimized for affiliate revenue rather than your outcomes carries compounding consequences, measured not in hundreds of dollars, but in tens of thousands. The financial decisions you make in your 20s and 30s do not just affect your 20s and 30s. They affect every decade that follows because of how compound growth works. A wrong call made at 2080, based on AI content designed to maximize someone else's commission check, does not cost you $450 over a 30-year timeline. It can cost you $45,000 or more, and you will never see the invoice. You will never know what you lost, because you will never know what you could have had. That is not a flaw in the system. That is the system performing exactly as its designers intended. If this is making you angry, that's the right reaction. Hit the like button right now and drop a comment. Have you ever made a financial decision based on something you found online, only to find out later it was wrong or outdated? Tell me below. I read every single one. I already know what you're thinking at this point. Okay, I don't fully trust blogs or YouTube channels, but Reddit is different. Reddit is real people having real conversations. I need to dismantle that assumption carefully, because it's one of the most dangerous beliefs a financially active person can hold right now. In February 2024, Google announced a $60 million licensing deal with Reddit to use Reddit's content to train its AI systems. Think about what that single deal does to the incentive structure of the platform. Reddit content now has direct, quantifiable monetary value to one of the largest and most powerful corporations in the world. And wherever large sums of money flow, operators follow. Here is what coordinated inauthentic behavior looks like. Inside our personal feed, an account that appears aged and legitimate, with a comment history going back 2 years. A mix of mundane posts about cooking or sports. Nothing suspicious. Posts a relatable question. Just landed my first real job and have $5,000 to put somewhere. What would you do? Within a few hours, responses accumulate recommending a specific brokerage, a specific cashback credit card, a specific budgeting app. Those responses get up-vetted sometimes by networks of accounts operating in coordination until they sit at the top of the thread, where a new visitor will read them as organic community consensus. It is not organic. It is manufactured at scale. Researchers at the University of Adelaide published a study finding that up to 15% of accounts in financials exhibited behavioral patterns consistent with bot activity or coordinated inauthentic behavior. That study was conducted in 2022, before generative AI made this kind of operation trivially cheap and scalable by anyone with a laptop and a subscription. Reddit's moderation infrastructure relies heavily on volunteer moderators who are doing genuinely important work under genuinely impossible conditions. They are humans. The systems they are fighting are automated, adaptive, and tireless. And right now, the automation has the structural advantage. Model collapse. I mentioned it earlier, and I want to go deeper because this is the mechanism that connects everything we've discussed, and it has implications that extend far beyond annoying search results. When the first generation of large language models was trained, they learned from content that was predominantly human-generated. Books, academic papers, journalism, forum discussions written by real people with real experiences. The output was imperfect, but it was anchored to genuine human knowledge accumulated over decades. Those models began generating content at scale. That content entered the internet. The next generation of models trained on a data set that now included substantial volumes of AI-generated material, including AI-generated financial content, with all its errors. Each generation of model training amplifies whatever patterns were present in the previous generation's output. The photocopy of a photocopy analogy is accurate, but understates the severity, because unlike a photocopy, AI models don't just degrade passively, they confidently reproduce and amplify the errors they've inherited. A nuanced 2020 statement about index fund performance becomes a competent absolute claim by 2023. That absolute claim, reproduced across 300 AI-generated articles, becomes the accepted consensus by 2024. And the person making a retirement account decision in 2025 encounters that corrupted consensus presented with full authority. MIT and Oxford researchers have both published formal warnings about model collapse in high-stakes content domains. Finance is explicitly identified as a category of serious concern, alongside medicine and legal advice, precisely because the cost of errors is not theoretical. It is measured in real financial harm to real people, and the regulatory framework has not kept pace. A licensed human financial advisor who gives negligent advice has a FINRA record, faces potential SEC enforcement, and carries professional liability. An AI-generated article reaching 2 million readers per month with negligent financial advice carries none of those consequences. The accountability gap between the scale of the harm and the regulatory response is enormous, and it is being exploited deliberately. I want to be honest with you about something that makes this more complicated. Even creators, you genuinely respect people with real faces, real personalities, real track records, are increasingly integrating AI into their research and production work. That is not automatically disqualifying, but it matters how they use it, how transparent they are about it, and whether their financial incentive structures are aligned with your outcomes or with their sponsorship revenue. Here is a practical 5-point checklist. Run any piece of financial content through these filters before you act on it. 1. Prominent. Specific affiliate disclosure. Not buried. Not vague. If you can find affiliate links, but can't easily find a clear disclosure explaining the financial relationship, that's a red flag that the creator's incentives are not aligned with your interests. 2. Dated and updated content. Financial conditions change rapidly. Interest rates, tax law, product availability. These shift constantly. Legitimate financial content shows a clear publication date and a last updated date. If an article about current savings rates has no dates or hasn't been updated in 8 months, it was built to rank, not to inform. 3. Appropriate uncertainty and hedging. Real financial professionals say it depends. They say consult a fiduciary for your specific situation. AI content optimized for engagement says the best option is always, and you should, never. Certainty is an algorithmic performance. Hedging is a signal of intellectual honesty. For genuine critical analysis, real reviewers find real flaws. If every product in a top 10 article receives 4 stars or above with enthusiastic recommendations across the board, someone is collecting affiliate revenue on all 10, regardless of product quality. 5. Verifiable human credentials. Not just a name you can search independently. A LinkedIn profile with a coherent professional history. A regulatory record you can verify on FINRA Broker Check or the Sex Investment Advisor Public Disclosure Database. Staff writer is not a credential. Neither is a bio with no verifiable details. Here is the scenario that represents the actual long-term stakes of what we've been discussing. Europol published a report projecting that up to 90% of online content could be generated by 2026. We are not at that number across the entire internet, but in the financial content vertical, which is hivla and highly monetizable. The trajectory is moving faster than almost any other category. The economic incentives for synthetic financial content are simply too strong for this to slow down without significant intervention. What happens to the financial decision-making capacity of the average American when the primary source of financial education is content generated by systems optimized for engagement metrics and affiliate conversion rates rather than accuracy and genuine utility? We already have early data. The TIAA Institute's annual financial literacy survey found that in 2024, only 19% of Americans could correctly answer a basic set of questions covering compound interest, inflation, and risk diversification. That number has been declining, not improving, despite the fact that more financial content is available online than at any point in human history. More content, less understanding. That relationship is not coincidental. The downstream consequences are documented and escalating. The FTC reported that Americans lost over $10 billion to financial fraud in 2023, a record figure. Many of the most sophisticated scams now use AI-generated content as the credibility layer before the actual fraud event. A fraudulent investment platform doesn't cold call you out of nowhere anymore. It has a website populated with 200 SEO-optimized articles. It has a YouTube channel with a high-generated, explicable videos. It has a Reddit presence with years of apparently organic community engagement. By the time the actual solicitation arrives, you've already been conditioned to trust the source because everything you've read about it told you to. The financial system functions on the assumption of reasonably informed participants making reasonably rational decisions. When the information layer is corrupted at scale, the decisions downstream are corrupted proportionally. That is not a paranoid prediction. That is a basic description of how information asymmetry has always functioned as an economic weapon. And AI has industrialized it to a degree that was previously impossible. I don't want to leave you in that place, because there is a concrete, practical path forward. And it doesn't require you to become a financial expert or abandon the internet entirely. It requires you to become a more disciplined consumer of financial information. Here's what actually works. Go to primary sources first. Before you act on any financial information you find online, ask one question. Where did this originally come from? SEC.gov publishes investor education content written by actual regulators. CFPB.gov provides guides on savings accounts, mortgages, credit cards, and debt with no affiliate relationships and no commission incentives. IRS.gov explains retirement account rules without trying to sell you a brokerage account. These websites are not exciting. They are accurate. Use FINRA Broker Check before trusting any named financial professional. It's free. It takes 2 minutes and it shows you credentials, regulatory history, and any complaints or disciplinary actions. Brokercheck.FINRA. Bookmark it. Understand what a fiduciary is and find one for major decisions. A fiduciary financial advisor is legally required to act in your interest rather than their own compensation interest. The NAPFA directory at napfa.org lists fee-only fiduciary advisors across the country. For major financial decisions, retirement planning, home purchasing, significant debt restructuring, 1 hour with a qualified fiduciary almost always costs less than the financial damage caused by following unvetted online advice. Use AI as a research tool, not as an authority. AI tools are genuinely useful for explaining unfamiliar concepts, helping you formulate better questions to bring to a professional, or summarizing documents you already have in hand. They are not reliable for current product recommendations, jurisdiction-specific tax questions, or any situation where accuracy in the present moment is critical to your outcome. Find communities with visible friction. Real human financial communities are messy. People disagree. Moderators are visible, and named threads contain genuine back. If a financial community feels too smooth, consistent consensus, minimal conflict, everyone reaching the same conclusions, apply skepticism. The Buggleheads Forum, the Early Retirement Forum. These are imperfect, sometimes frustrating, entirely human, and genuinely valuable. And the single most important habit you can develop, ask this question before acting on any financial content. Who benefits if I follow this advice? If the clear and honest answer is primarily the person or platform giving it, stop. Find another source, then another. Triangulate. Financial decisions deserve more than one AI-generated article. If this video gave you something real today, hit the like button. It directly helps this content reach people before the AI garbage does. Drop a comment with the one financial source you actually trust. I want to compile a real list from this community and make a follow-up video out of it. And there's a video on your screen right now that goes deeper on one of the topics we covered today. Watch it next. I'll see you there.